we got some things to talk about. We got the D-line we're going to speak on. We're going to speak about what's going on with the defensive tackles. We're going to also talk about the O-line and what that could look like for us. We're going to talk about second-year players that we really want to see get active. We got some new signings, man. A DN by the name of Carl Lawson. And we also got a notorious veteran DT by the name of Jordan Phillips. I think these are good grabs. Solid. It's one of those things where it's kind of like we had injuries, next man up. But we thought outside the box and kind of figured, hey, the defense looked pretty solid to me in the first preseason game against the Rams. Why not go ahead and add on to those parts, add depth, add some help? I think, losing Hankins was a big one. But when you sign somebody else like Jordan Phillips, it's kind of a hole filler. Now, probably want Hankins, more than Jordan Phillips, but Jordan Phillips is going to be a solid piece. At 6'6", 6'7", I want to say like 340. Dude's humongous. He's a beast. Dude's large. He's a big cat. Somebody that can fill up them holes, but also give you a little bit of a pass rusher ability. Something that Hankins couldn't really provide for us. There wasn't going to really be no pass rushing coming from Hankins. And that's not really what we asked or needed from Hankins. We really needed somebody to clog and stuff the hole. So with the addition of, Jordan Phillips coming along, I really feel a little bit more, safe with the production from the DTs. They went ahead and cut Carl Davis. Kind of a shocking cut, in my opinion. That X out was just a little shocking. Thought he was kind of. Maybe my opinion is after Higgins and his training camp chaos, you kind of would have thought that would have been your guy to go ahead and cut. Higgins has been in the league for a little bit. He's moved around some teams, man. I don't see much production coming from him, so I bet he better show up and show out. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, during practice this week, Higgins had a huge altercation with the squad, and against the Rams during our joint practice. In that situation, this fella decided to push one of the Rams staff members. Let's see. Yeah, boy, this is the notorious guy that I'm speaking of right here. So yeah, this guy, man, I have not really too much, aspect or too much hopes for Albert Higgins, man. But after seeing, the film footage of him in practice, him doing a drill against their offensive line and then proceeding to just shove their staff member like he was a piece of meat, it just kind of tells me his mental mindset is not where I kind of wanted to be a part of my team, the American team. And we could do away with that type of energy. Nobody likes a bully. Nobody likes ignorance. And so for me, I'm kind of like, let's get rid of him. Let's go ahead and move. We don't need that. You've already been through a lot of teams. You would think that he would want to come in and, try to make a home somewhere for the next at least 2-3 years, whatever left you got. But instead, you out here with shenanigans. So, yeah, man, the Carl Davis thing in a nutshell was a little bit shocking to me. But nevertheless, he's gone. So we went ahead and we got Jordan Phillips. I think that's an amazing grab for, pretty much what's left out there, what's available, so to say. And I think it could be a very, very great piece for our team. So just to clarify, I definitely don't think or expect Phillips to come in and be, like this number one guy. He's going to be a rotational piece, which that's what I want. I don't want him he is injury prone. That's we're gonna be honest. Straightforward with things. He's injury prone, man. He's been in the league a little bit. He's getting older, and what can you expect? He has been in the league 10 years. It's pretty hefty. So rotational piece, I think that'll go in really smooth. We got our Oso Digizua. We got some guys that I really want to see. So just to move over into tomorrow's game, players you want to look at if Phillips plays, which I would think he would get at least some reps. If he gets in there, obviously you want to look at Jordan Phillips, see how his energy is coming. You want to take a good look at Albert Higgins. Obviously, you want to get a look at this guy. We want to keep also looking at Marshawn Nealon. I really want him to get some plays. It's kind of set up for him. I didn't think that, the first preseason game he really got to just, attack and do any of his rusher stunts like I would like to have seen. So I want to see him come back and kind of hit hard with what he can bring to the game, because this is the time period right here, man. It's no other time but now. Outside of that, I do want to see more of Denzel get in there. Daxon, kind of want to see what you're gonna, put out for the squad. DT wise, I really want to see. Honestly, I really want to see Jordan Phillips come in there and show me what he can put on the team. But like I said, he's freshly on the squad, so there's no guarantee that he's gonna come in and just straight up be out there tomorrow. So, but nevertheless, to get off of that and move on to our good old Carl Lawson. Carl Lawson's a different piece for me. He's a little different. Mixed feelings in a sense, but kind of the same aspect. Somebody that you want to come in and be a rotational piece. Also injury prone. These guys are guys that can give you high production, but I think you're going to get the best out of them keeping them as rotational pieces. So I'm cool with that. We're going to roll with it. We're going to make that happen. Seeing Carl, though, come to the squad is nice. That's something we're excited about because he has that high motor. Damn it, just injury prone. That's his true weakness, guys. His true only, real weakness, in my opinion, is injury. He's not somebody that's just been thrown everywhere. In 6 years in the league, he's giving you 27 sacks. You can look at his stats right here. This is somebody that can be a high motor. But if you look at this and you see what I see, you see that there's an injury problem. 2017, 16 games, beautiful. 2018, bam, good old 7 games is what you got out of him. So a year he can only give you 1 sack. But in a 16, game year, he gave you 8.5 sacks. With what I'm asking him to come in, what the Dallas is asking him to come in and do, that's fine. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. You're not going to be our main piece. But when you have your bench come in, or when you take off players so that they can get that breather, you want that next guy, that rotational piece, to be something dynamic. So I think that he can kind of really be used well for our team as long as he can stay healthy. Oh my God. Y'all see that to the side? The running back room? We have the hugest running back room right now. And honestly, that's another thing to look at. So before I go over the offense, which clearly, it's a lot of emotions right now with offense, because when you think about the offense and you think about last week, the main thing for me was I wasn't satisfied with how we weren't able to get into the end zone. Of course, our defense did good by preventing the other team to get into the end zone pretty much the whole game until the end. They got up in there. Cool. So you really want to see what your offense can produce on the flip side of things. But before we get there real quick, another thing I want to kind of look at for our defense is, again, a good great look at our corners, and also another dive into the safety room. Marquise Bell looks amazing. I do like my starting safeties, don't get it twisted. But again, my mindset's like, man, if you got pieces behind you that are coming and playing at a high motor level, what that does is it gives you a pretty energetic defense throughout the entirety of the game. First through fourth quarter, you got high energy. Next man is looking to get in and show what he can do. So just on some, like, I don't need Marquise Bell to prove anything to me, but on a sure, just like, damn it, boy, it's gonna be good to see you out there, type of energy. Like, it's just gonna be great to see you out there, because you bring a fly to the ball pursuit type of energy that I grew up playing football with. We were all about pursuit drills was crazy. So I want to see the defense moving around, and I want to see them, especially my linebackers, fill up holes, man, and come down and hit. Marquise Bell doing that from the safety spot, no longer a linebacker. It just goes to show his high motor, his level of I want to find the ball. So keep a lookout at linebacker room, because I'm not sure if we're going to see Overshown due to him having a hip corner this week during practice. It may just be a smart situation to rest him. With that being said, with Overshown, I got high hopes for him this year, man. I'm excited as can be to see him this year, as well as Mozzie. These are my second-year guys that I expect to just step up and take off. With Overshown, I expect him to show the NFL what they missed. With Mozzie, it's kind of like I want to show the NFL why I'm so quiet, what I've been digging my head down in the dirt to do. And it's to be that mean dog. Them same players that we seen in college, I want to see them pull up and be the NFL versions. And I do feel like they can do that. So, second year players that I'm really wanting on defense to take off and go dumb this year. Overshown and Mozzie, man. Mozzie Smith, man. Get in there, man. And show us what you got, baby. Plug up, stop the run. Get some tackles for loss, more tackles for loss. So that's defensive outlook for me right now. Man, our defense is really just kind of spazzed out. I don't really have worries on defense. With defense, I really see the whole damn defense can pretty much at times rotate if they really wanted to. That's how confident I am with the defense. Shout out to Zimmer. Even still, shout out to Dan Quinn to what he brought and the energy and the family that he did bring with that defense. Shout out to him for that. But shout out to Zimmer for implementing his moves into this defense, making this defense kind of, I feel like, ready to take that next step, kind of up on, where that defense to fully be reckoned with. With the signings, it kind of gives me a better, comfortable feeling like, okay, we're not going in looking weak here or there. I don't feel weak anywhere, as is I did with Dan Quinn starting last year. I knew our run game was weak. I knew our DT was weak. Our run game, you just knew it, man. You knew it. You knew you went in to the season with not even the same linebacker group, but like a replacement linebacker group. So you didn't address it at all on no circumstances. You put a great athlete there, Marquise Bell, put a great athlete there and expected him to basically torture himself just to be that guy. He can only do so much. He's just not built to be a linebacker, but he is built to be a dog box safety, in my opinion. Anyway, offense. With offense, things is pretty simple in my book. I really want to see the run game. I want to see us take off with the run game, guys. Like, let's figure out who this back is. Let's figure out who we're going to get a ball to when we really just need to be steadfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get that figured out now. I look at the running back room and it's borderline scary just to know that we got all these backs and still nobody that you can finger point and say, well, we know this guy going to be that guy. Like, we got a bruiser type guy in Ezekiel Elliott. And I'm all for, Zeke, man. I'm a ride with Zeke, man. Zeke's tough. But I want to use him for what he's good at. I don't want to just pass the ball to him because it's Zeke. Like, yo, let's be smart and win these games and go for a title. I wouldn't give a damn if you leave Zeke out the game, pretty much the whole game, except till you get to the goal line. I'm cool with that, 100%. Because now at this point, we're doing what we need to do to get the W, to get a championship. So Zeke is a bruiser. We're gonna use him as a bruiser back. But for these other guys, like, who's gonna take off and be a zoom guy, bolt guy? Who's gonna be that guy that just got that spark in them, to move and get out and go? We need to find that. I don't know if we're gonna find it in Snoop. Yo, 8 running backs, man. 8 running backs. By the way, we won't see Royce, I don't think, with that. But yeah, so we got to figure it out. I mean, we kind of cross Zeke out for right now with the mindset of things. Obviously, Zeke is going to touch the ball. So Rico, we know they like Malik Davis. They have for the longest at this point. So is he going to take off, or is it going to be another injury-prone year for Malik Davis? Snoop Connor, is he going to take off? Like, these guys got to show us something. Nathaniel Pete, for me with the offense in this game with Oakland, I personally want to see Deuce Vaughn. I really want to see Deuce. I know he had a little injury spree in practice, but he's back, active. He's practiced. Always a good sign. So we will see Deuce tomorrow, and I'm just praying that my little dude really just. I'm praying he turns up and turns some heads, man. Like, we really need to have him get to a point of, I'm here and you can utilize me. So shout outs to Deuce. That's one of my players to watch for tomorrow, as well as pushing up from Deuce. Want to kind of get an eye on the O-line. We got BB that I think is proving his first team reps. Obviously Mike McCarthy said he's getting first team reps in practice. So just keeping an eye on Cooper BB, man. And honestly, from the film footage watching, bro, he was mauling people. Yeah, and I know they second string guys, but here's the deal. This game tomorrow, they're supposed to be going against the first team. This is kind of like a dress rehearsal for them. So everybody, I pray that they get out there and really show up their time, like make the most out of it. Another player that I'm really looking forward to seeing tomorrow, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's gonna have to be my guy, Tyron Billy Johnson. Tyron Billy Johnson, man, is somebody that I really feel like can give you that physical swagger and really be a wide receiver 4, man. Somebody that you can rely on and call upon. So I'm hoping for him to turn up and turn heads, man. Same situation. I know throughout training camp he wore a lot of 80, but he is 13. If you guys don't know, but he is number 13. So keep an eye out for Tyron Billy Johnson. It's somebody that I want and expect to be one of those guys to get that touchdown. I want to see a TD from the offense. I want to see Trey Lance, really take his step, man, do better, and throw the ball with more confidence and a little bit faster. I think is the main thing. If Trey can get his tempo up, he'd be a lot better. I think he does good when he's running, running around. Obviously, he's running quarterback. I like that he keeps his eyes ahead of him when he's running. He's still looking to throw on the run, which is that's good. That's really good. So if we can deal with accuracy and just getting the ball off faster, I'm hoping that's what I'm going to be able to observe from Trey Lance come tomorrow, man. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, man. We Cowboys go through a lot, yo. Jerry, you put us through a lot. But nevertheless, we're still on boys. We're still going to support it. We're still going to hold you down. We're clearly still going to give you our money for those chess pieces. This is all a chess game, right? Hey, hold it down. Y'all get some rest. For me, one more day of work. And after work on Saturday, I get to come home, cook some food, unwind, and kind of observe my guys, man. It's kind of like film footage on TV. So yeah, y'all hold it down, man. The Coleman Cowboy. Oh. Well, how y'all feel?
How about these Cowboys?
I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I'm him.